See, the computer is officially down today. I did something that was pretty crazy. I basically tried to boot. Now you want to come on time. It happens, y'all. So I don't know if we're going to have a show today. I do apologize. This will be the first time that we will not have a show. And I know it's not going to be a show. I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you why there won't be a show today. Show you guys right now why there's not going to be a show today. I had my my displays where before they were mirroring. Now they will no longer mirror because I had a situation where a screen kept on popping up, and I was trying to get that out the way. I said, let me try to see if I take the mirror off, if that'll work. When I took the mirror off, it stopped mirroring, and now it's doing this. So today we will not be having a show. I do apologize for this technical difficulty. And yes, I'm just going to go ahead and take it out of here and take it straight to the computer shop and let them do what they have to do. The sad part is I know for a fact that they will not have the part available for this computer. It's going to probably take a day or two in order to get that part. So it'll show like something like that, but it gives me no control when it comes down to the mouse itself. So I can't really do anything as far as like getting to the clips or anything like that right now. I do apologize. It's definitely my fault, you guys, because had I not taken the mirror off, we had a whole show lined up. I'm ready to go. I got clothes ready and everything. I was ready to sweat bullets and do what I have to do. So yeah, today, sadly, yeah, there won't be any bottom line today, you guys. Maybe we can kick it and do a spotlight or something like that. Talk about a few things. But yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. So yeah, it's not giving me any controls here. Yeah, so like no control. And of course it wouldn't because it's no longer mirroring. Apologize, yo. I'm so sorry. I had so much stuff stacked up. We had a good header. We had a good lineup and everything like that. As you see, I'm ready to go. Stuff happens. I'm going to keep on remaining positive like I always tell you guys to do. It would not be in the right sense of being if I was, all angry or whatever like that or whatever. Yes, it's a bad thing. It happens. But, you got to take the good with the bad with the good. That's how it goes sometimes, you guys. So yeah, what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna be taking this up out of here. I already had a couple of people that want to give me like a 21-inch. It's a little smaller. I don't like them because that's a 27. I was trying to find another 27. I found a 21. I guess I will be answering the ad today for that 21-inch iMac. So I'm gonna get that. Shouldn't have any more problems when it comes down to the lineups and stuff like that. It's our 208th bottom line. I think I can take this one, and I think you guys can ride with me on this one because we've never had an issue like this before. And I'm gonna tell you guys tomorrow, worst come to worst, if this is in the shop, don't worry, we're still gonna have a bottom line because I'm not gonna play around. I'm gonna just go ahead and get my MacBook and put it there until they fix this and get this situation straight. I never thought that we would rely on something like this much. And it's really strange how I just can't get it to go back into mirror mode. Has his TV broke? Technical difficult. Yeah, it happens. It definitely do. And that's why I'm saying I need y'all to ride with me because sometimes things like this happen. And, I need y'all to hold me down on that as far as like, understanding because stuff like that happens. I'd rather get it straight today so that we have a whole nother 200 episodes of good things going on as well. We never really had a chance to kick it like this in the daytime anyway, always about politics and always about crazy stuff. Maybe I'll do something different today. Maybe I'll go into the P. Diddy trial. Okay, we went over there the other day. We sat in. You guys probably saw me there. I was inside with Gene Deal. I'm his manager, and that's basically what I do as well. So all of the people in the comments that's like, do you work? What else do you do? I actually work more than anybody here, and I have to be honest with you. The bottom line is just a whole nother part of what I do. Then it comes down to management. Then it comes down to the branding. And then after that, we've got like just a whole bunch of stuff. I'm the type of person that if my day is not full with a lot of stuff to do, I am not happy with my day. Feel like I got to get a lot done. So yes, you guys can guarantee that this is going to be taken care of because we're not getting our numbers, we're not getting our demo, we're not getting our message out this morning. And that really hurts me. You know, I should have really not. Why did I press that mirror button? I swear to you guys, if I could just find a way to just mirror this thing again, we would be so straight right now. But it's just really not giving me any. Jim, I need the power. Jim, what are you doing? So yeah, guys, everything else works. It's just the computer. And I took it off a mirror. Is that battery dead? Yeah, I feel really bad right now. Feel terrible. It's like, why did you do that, Gotti? You messed up the whole show for everybody. And this is your job. Your job is to maintain the show, manage the show. I feel so bad right now, guys. But like I said, hopefully you guys ride with me. And it was bound to happen one day where something like this was going to happen, where it's like, oh, that, something happens, technical or whatever. And we have been pretty going crazy with this computer. I have been diligent about finding another one, but again, I don't want to find another old A computer that's going to break down fast. Doesn't make sense. So why would I do something like that? Buy a computer that's old and that's gonna break down. These computers like $2,000-$3,000 when it comes down to Macs, even brand new. So it's a big ordeal when one of them breaks down. I can get it fixed because it's the digital card, but like I said, it's gonna take a minute because they have to get the part. I have a couple of people on 34th Street. They're really good. What's that? The Mac mechanics. They're really good. They're on the second floor. Take it up there and let them deal with it. So sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. But Jim, I just don't have the power today. So yeah, we went up to the Diddy trial the other day. We sat down and we sat in on, this was the security guard for the hotel. I forgot the name of that hotel, but it's a hotel where the situation went down with Cassie as well as P. Diddy, right? So what happened in the hotel was these guys, the security came in after they viewed the camera, saw everything that was going on, and then they went to Diddy and said, hey, we'll give you, my boss is willing to sell the tape to you for $50,000. I didn't know anything about this stuff. I'm like, $50,000? Okay, cool. All right, so Diddy said, you know what? I want copies of the tape. I want copies of the video, and I want a reassurance that there'll be no copies left on the server. So they said, all right, cool. So what he did was he went back to the base where the security office was, took out the USB that he brought, downloaded the file, gave it to Diddy. Diddy came back in the room with what you would not even believe, a non-disclosure agreement, which is pretty stupid because it's like now you got all of this stuff on paper. Said Combs Entertainment at the top and everything like that. Said at this time, our representative does not want to have any issues with what's going on. Also, he even reassured the security guard by taking out his cell phone and calling Cassie and putting her on FaceTime right there with the security guard. And she was like, well, I got a movie coming out, so I really don't want this thing to come out. So yeah, I actually agree that I do not want this tape to get out anywhere. So I'm like, oh, so she agreed to it. Maybe under duress, but she agreed to it. So then the security guard said, no problem. He actually handed over the USB. Diddy went into a room, came outside with a bag, like on some gangster stuff, right? With a bag, a big brown bag. Came over and a money machine. He had a money machine and a bag. So he walked up with the money machine and the bag, and he starts counting this money. So all the money's going, right? They're counting the money, right? So now as the money's counting, he's looking around. The guy said he's sitting there nervous because there's like 2 big bodyguards around, and they're like, watching him and everything. He said he was intimidated. Okay, cool. After the money was counted, Diddy said to him, would you like to count the money yourself? He was like, nah, you're good. I see the number on the money machine, so I'm okay with that number right there. So the prosecutor was like, well, what made you not want to count the money yourself? He was like, well, I was real nervous at that point. I didn't want to really be in there like that. So I decided, you know what? I'm getting up out of there. I just wanted to leave at that point. I said, okay. We were like, okay, cool. So we're watching it and everything. And this place that we're watching this video from, it's not the actual place where Diddy is at. It's called an overflow. So like if he's on one floor actually in court, you have to go to like the 24B, and there's just like a lot of people in that courtroom there with two big screens, and you can actually see what's going on. Okay. So then they talked about, do you know that it's illegal to not report a crime when it comes down to something like this? Because you're a security and you're in a hotel. You have to report something like this. It's illegal for you not to report what's going on and what you've seen. That's actually a crime. So he was like, yeah, the way that it happened was, he approached us, and, they said that both of them didn't want this to get out, and they had big careers, and, I let my boss handle it. So his boss basically said, all right, I'll give you the tape, the copy, but you got to give me 50 grand. So Diddy said, I'll sweeten the pot. I'll give you 100, but I just want to make sure that I get all the copies and there's nothing on the server. And the other 50 is going to be for the actual guy that went there with the security guard that brought the USB. And then for 2 other officers, because you wouldn't believe this, y'all. He said he wants copies of all their identification in order to know that all of them were in on this and okay. So when he came there, not only did he have 2 identifications, the security guard gave Diddy his identification as well. He said, what happened when you gave him all 3 identifications? He walked out of the room, and then he came back with a piece of paper. Piece of paper was the non-disclosure that he wanted him to sign. So he signed it. He said, did you get any copies of it? He said, no, I didn't even ask for any copies because I was just nervous. Yeah, all right, homeboy, that $100,000 was looking real attractive to you at that time. Talking about you ain't want to sign nothing. Okay, cool. Long story short, then what else happened right after that? They started asking him a whole bunch of questions because honestly, it's a crime to be a security, a hotel detective, or anyone like that, and you don't report a crime that actually happens in your building, hotel, or whatever the case may be. I didn't even know that. So, and this is a little bit of insight. I'm gonna go all the way in now. So I'm sitting there with Gene, right? So I'm like, yo, Gene, like, what's that about? He's like, yo, bro, you cannot, have a situation where you're a law officer, a parole officer. You have to report that. Any type of law enforcement, you have to report a crime. So yesterday we was riding around and he told me something else. He said that a lieutenant lost his pension and lost his job because he was inside of a bank. Whole nother story. He was inside of a bank and the bank got rules knobbed, and the lieutenant didn't report it that he was in the bank. So I said, well, how did they find out that the lieutenant was in there? He looked at me like, Gotti, FBI. Ran the tapes, found a lieutenant was in there. Then they came and questioned him and said, well, you're a lieutenant. Why didn't you report this? Boom, automatically lost everything, lost his pension and everything. Now we go back to the P. Diddy trial situation because I didn't even know that. I said, so even you, because he carries a badge, Gene Deal carries a badge. So he says to me, even the badge that I carry, as long as I'm carrying this badge, I can't just do things out of, not look out and not do my job. I have a moral as well as a professional responsibility to take care of situations, people that's hurt, things like that as well. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. And then again, he still get a pension. He'll tell you straight up and down, Gene is retired, he gets a pension. So that's what he means by your pension will be taken away from you if you see something happen and you don't do anything about it, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't know that. Cool. So, whatever. Okay, now we get back to the Diddy trial because now I know I'm going a little crazy in different areas or whatever like that. But as I remember certain things that I find that you guys might find interesting, I'm just going to talk about it. What else we got? So as we're sitting there and the security guard is talking about signing the non-disclosure agreement, talking about the last part when he took the money, they said, so I thought it was an agreement for 50,000. Why is there 100? He said, well, Diddy said to us that he was going to make sure that we're taken care of. He said, what do you mean by taken care of? And he said, well, we assumed that that meant that he was going to give us some more money. So, all right, cool. Gonna give y'all some more money? No problem. All right, so that's how all of that came together. My misunderstanding in the whole thing is, how can a lawyer be in on a situation like this to write a paper like that and not get in trouble? What sort of protection are they giving this security guard in order for him not to be in trouble, due to the prior stuff that Gene has already taught me, as well as what the laws are in having to report anything that happens in the hotel? So that's pretty crazy right there. So, you know, he took the money. They said, how did you divvy up the money, right? How did you split the money up that Diddy gave you, the $100,000 that he paid you for the USB? He said, well, I went back to my boss, I gave him 50. Then the other two officers that gave him the identification, he gave each one of them, I think $10,000 a piece, and he kept $30,000 for himself. Automatically incriminated himself and everything that was there. That was pretty crazy, just sitting there listening to that. After that, I think, let me tell you how Diddy looked. Because, you know, even though he's on the screen and we're not there looking at him, I still made it my business, because ain't no way in the world I'm going to be all the way down there sitting next to people and doing all of this, and I don't get a chance to see what Diddy looks like. So there was like a screen all the way. I had to walk all the way up on the screen, and it's like you're in court. So I was in the second aisle. So there's two big screens right there. So I walked all the way up, and he had on like this orange sweater with like a collared shirt under it. The collared shirt under it, right? An orange sweater, collared shirt under it with a tie on, and none of his hair was black at all. None of it. It was just like snow white. And people was looking at him like, wow, he looked really like he lost a lot of weight. Still, he was doing like the YN stuff, like the Young Thug stuff, eating candy from Richard Steele's desk, you know, because they don't get stuff, I guess, inside or whatever. So he was like, there was candy on the desk. So we saw him lean over and like take some candy over from Richard Steele, who now they call YNW Steele, right? That's kind of crazy. So yeah, that happened. He was, you know, dressed in orange with like some brown pants on, like the Cosby sort of look with the gray hair. He was doing a lot of like rocking and smiling. And then like what I noticed was, you know, he's actually, you know, fell into the character of what he's dealing with. As you know, the lawyers do not stop asking questions until he says they can. They just can't, you know, stop asking questions. He actually has to nod to them and say, in order for them to like stop asking questions, which is actually probably not a good thing. And which is why a lot of people are saying maybe they're just putting on this performance for the dough, because of the fact that they know that he's gonna, 9 times out of 10 people think that he's gonna actually lose this case, you guys. So from what we saw and from what I'm seeing and all of the stuff that's coming up, I mean, it's really bad. The thing about it is the case has to be proven directly to the charges when it comes down to what they've indicted him for. He can't get found for a lesser charge. He can't get like anything. It has to be, they have to either find him guilty of that charge, or he's going to either walk out free. And which is, I really don't think that that's going to happen right now. There's too much stuff going against him. There's too much stuff coming out. They've seemed to already establish, this is an important part. Now, this was stupid on two behalves. One thing that was stupid was, if you're going to sign a non-disclosure agreement or anything like that, why would you have it on company letterhead? That is what they say corroborated and defined and made for real that he actually had a criminal organization while they were using his company letterhead and paperwork. So if it's like now they're trying to bring in the fact that he's using this paperwork as a company corporation, and that's what's going to establish part of the RICO. And I can't say that wasn't a smart strategy for the defense that was doing that.
Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. That was pretty nuts. And it really tied everything in. And the fact that he used that letterhead to do something criminal to pay someone off. So it was just like, ooh, Diddy, you got some problems, boy. You got some problems. He got some problems. And yeah, I know we could talk about politics now. We got a whole bunch of other stuff. We had a lineup and everything. I'm actually kind of feeling this right here because I never actually have a chance to do something like this. And it's good to do something different in the morning. So now we're going to flip this. We're going to do the spotlight today. And if I can get this thing working, I'm going to try to bring the show back later on today. Ha ha, let's try to do that. I can still do the show. I was actually thinking about doing another show where it's just like like just the fun parts of the bottom line, right? Because we do get a lot of stressful parts, and then we get a lot of politics. So I was thinking to myself, why don't we just do like a whole fun show about like the animals or like people saving each other and things like that? Let's see if people are like something like that. This right here is our first time ever doing a show this way with no background. And I guess I can pull it off, huh? I can pull it off. Not going to be able to go an entire hour and a half, to be honest with you. But I'm sure we'll get enough that we'll be able to have at least enough going on. If you guys have any questions about, let's say, the Diddy trial while we were down there, Gene deal or whatever like that. If you guys saw me when the people were coming up to us asking questions like, yo, Gene, so I heard that your daughter's this and that. They said something crazy. Me, I'm not really into that. I'm into this, but I'm not into the knocking people down in order to get myself built up. If you guys notice, I don't do things that everyone else does. We have a totally different show. We might have one segment about P. Diddy, but we won't have an entire show just knocking somebody down. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't believe in that. Now I would do something like what I'm planning on doing, which is a fool and his money are soon parted. And I have to say that someone that's going to be utilized as a focal point in that show would be someone like a Floyd Mayweather. And people that just spend their money like it's never going to run out and they never really invest the right way. Then they front like they got money, but they really don't. Guys, I really appreciate the love that you guys are showing for the show that we are putting on right now. I'm still going to come to the comments and see what you guys got to say. Good morning. You dressed up for the gay pride parade. Okay, Jim C, you can go. I ain't got no time to play with you. I really thought you were Gene's security. Nah, I'm his manager. Nice dress. Okay. Appreciate it at Michael, whatever. Nice. Okay, Emir, I see you, brother. I see you. Thank you. Johnny Baxter says Diddy is guilty at this point of the trial. Yeah, he's definitely is. How far away from God will Diddy be placed? Man, I don't know. I thought you were security. Nah, how hot is it in the fire of hell for Diddy is it going to be? I don't know. Johnny says if he actually saw the comments, he needs to wear his glasses that he wears off cameras. Notice the nose bump from wearing them. I don't wear glasses. What are you talking about? I ain't even gonna knock you out for that, but I ain't even gonna kick you off for that, but you sound foolish. I don't wear glasses. I'm supposed to, but I don't wear them. What else we got here? Mother Funkin' Bone, good morning. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a very small screen. I'm an older person, so yeah, I be squinting like crazy. Yeah, I got bad eyes. And just to let you know, whoever thinks it's funny, ever since I was a child, I always had astigmatism in this eye right here. It's always unfocused. So I was always only able to use one eye. I can't see out this eye anyway. It's just like the big situation. So if you find that funny, go ahead and run with it. That somebody can't see partially out of their eye. What's wrong with you, man? Go get some love in your heart. How about that? Go get some understanding. I feel bad for people like you because my mother raised me saying nice stuff to me. Oh, you're handsome. You look good. Stuff like that actually built my character up. And sadly, as we can see, some people in the comments weren't raised that way, And all of the jokes about the suits and all of that. Guess what? I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and stick to you. Because as soon as this suit come off and I go do what I got to do, you still going to be up there with your thumb up your Bill's nut. Whatever. And I bet you I look better in this suit than you do. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we were talking about the P. Diddy trial. Somebody said that they thought I was security. I was kind of dressed like security, right? Like, but how are you gonna be security for security? Like Gene is literally like 6'3". I'm down here like, yeah, so what are we doing right now? Like, are you serious? And if somebody run up on him like that last person did, they're just gonna have to deal with it. And I don't know if if they're not thinking, how do you look running up on a ex-parole officer that carries the badge and a pow pow? He don't need me for no security. That's why I turned around and I was like, y'all stupid. Like, okay, say what y'all want to say, do what y'all want to do. And again, this is me all day long. Yes, I got bad eyes. It happens. I got scars on my body. I was stabbed with I was still nabbed with a steel snake knife in my back when I was 19. I almost lost my movement from my chest down, but luckily, by the grace of God, I've never had that problem, and I can still walk. But still, sometimes I feel the pain from that. So you guys find funny and stuff like that, cool. But guess what? He got me still here, and I'm here for a reason. How about that? What y'all think about that? Still doing it, still here for a reason, and still rocking and shocking, baby. And still look good. So how about that? I bet you can't do it. So all of the jokes in the comments, I don't care about that. I will come on here tomorrow with a pink suit on, just for y'all. Straight up and down. I don't care. Y'all don't do nothing to me at all. I don't care at all. We know I care about the people that show love, people that appreciate the show, the people that's here to support, and the people that really got my back. That's who I really rock with. Why I'm here still doing this show right now when we have no clips and nothing going on. That's right. And a lot of people are still here because they still rock with your boy. How about that? Don't you hate it? Don't the haters just hate stuff like that? Yeah, because the real people here, y'all can see the person that I am. And I tell people that all the time. I tell other content creators all the time, be yourself. Stop trying to do what everybody else is doing. You're going to get a lot of people that like you, and then you're going to get a lot of other people that don't like you. But guess what? Isn't that how life is? So, hey, do what you got to do. So again, all of the people in the comments, I'm so sad that your jokes and your little comments and stuff is not getting through, because my real life is too much realer than your jokes. So yeah, and you can't troll with a king troll. It's really hard to, trust me. I've been around too long, man. Water hose kid, man. Mother used to say, you come inside this door one more time, you're staying inside. And how about this? If my mother can hit me harder than any person ever did, how could I ever be scared of somebody? My mother's the reason why my fist is this big. It ain't my father. My father didn't make my fist this big. You put my hands up against my father, his hands is like this. You put my hands up against my mother, her joints is like this. Yeah, for real. I had a real mother from South Carolina. She was no joke. And when she gave you a whooping, that's what it was. A whooping with a stick, switch, anything close to you, extension cord, broom, don't even care. I'm talking about, you think I got nice in the streets from fighting? No, that was mommy. Ha, mom, no. Oh my God, mommy. No, crazy. I got my fly from her too. Ask my boys. One day she came in there like, oh, how your mom so fly? No, yeah, I got my fly from her too. Got a lot of stuff from my mother. So again, guys, if you're not stronger than that, like, I'm so sorry that it's not penetrating for you. We have no clips because the screen is gone out for the day. And we're just talking about updated information. We could talk about some stuff that you guys, your mother gave heavy. She gave heavy handies. Oh man, my mother's not even alive no more, dog. How did that happen? Heavy handies bend over? For real? You really mean that right now. I don't even want to get rid of you, but I got to. So yeah, you gotta go. Boom! Out of here. Especially when it's about my queen. Did you have to get the switch? I got the switch mad times. Always solid, homie. Salute from East Flatbush, Brooklyn. Did I get the switch? No, when I was down south, I got the switch. And that was for a whole nother situation. My mother sent me down south for 2 years because she said it was too easy for me up here. So she sent me down to Jenkinsville and to Winsboro. And we was running around down there barefoot, making our own bikes in the backyard, playing basketball on red dirt that had rock sticking out of it. So you had to be nice when it came down to the dribble. Yeah. Been around for a while, y'all. Probably look a little younger, but don't think it yet. I squint for a reason. And I'm glad that I'm able to squint. Because a lot of people have not made it that long, and I really cherish life. I really do. That's what you guys got to do too. We normally, like I said, we would normally run for like an hour and a half. Like I said, you guys, I do apologize that we do not have the clips up today. This is all my fault. We have absolutely no control of what's going on here today. Yeah, as you can see, no control. So the people that's asking what happened, it's supposed to mirror itself. It's supposed to mirror. And I went and I pressed that mirror button. And then I said to myself, why did you do that? Because now you can't even get to the second screen to control it. So now that the first screen is broken, which is the only thing that's responding to the mouse, it's not taking the commands from the mouse. So that's what happened. I pressed mirror, something kept on popping up. I tried to get rid of it, and then it didn't work. But again, you guys, this probably happened never. This is the 208th episode. So whoever's gonna ride with me is gonna ride with me. And tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we're gonna do the damn thing again. Just press that button and make sure we good. I'm not even gonna keep this show because it's gonna be old. Whatever's lined up right here, gonna let it go. It was supposed to be Trump gives, what was that, the Senate a deadline on his big, beautiful bill. We can do without it for today. We'll be all right. Had a nice bit of lineups at the end. I can't tell you guys about your own show because I know you love the show, so I don't know what parts you like more. But yes, it seems like, I got to say something, and I got to keep it 100 with you. Every time I wear this damn suit, something happened to the video. The last time I wore this suit, we got all the way to the end, and I said GUN, and that thing just started going like this. This time I come here and look what happened. But let me just tell you, whoever rides with me, I appreciate you guys. I hate the fact that this happened. And I'm going to just say it does happen. I'm not going to make no excuses for it. Normally, I would be up in here going crazy, like heart beating. I get really nervous when things like this happen. But I live to fight another day. And I promise you guys, I'm going to be back with an even better show tomorrow. I don't know if you noticed that I've been trying to be much more professional, trying to stay on topic, trying to make sure that you guys are getting what you need, try to pay attention to what you're asking me and talking in the comments. As far as all the jokes, whatever, I just see I have to up the sensitivity. And the funny thing about it is when you guys say certain words, let me tell you how a bot is. I work like a bot. When you say certain words, it stores those words and then it uses them to make sure that doesn't happen again. So what do you think I'm gonna do? All of so many words that we've already put up, Diddy, this one and that one. So all of these words and jokes that you guys are saying now, all you gotta do is go into the back of the YouTube office and make those words get people blocked and get them out of there. Did you know that was actually a function in the back office? Yes. So let's say Diddy, I put that in there. So all of the people that say that, as soon as you say that, boom, you get blocked. Or you look like, boom, out of there. But I ain't even tell y'all that. But you find out on your own. When the next time you try to send a message, it says, you can't, your message is hidden. So don't think that you're getting away with stuff. So there's other measures that we can take besides the mods. Today, I don't care about what's going on because we're not talking about topics. So I'm going to let you guys go crazy in the comments. Y'all can go ahead and, joke around, do whatever, because, it's one of those days. We're going to let that rock. What's today? Thursday, June 6th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here is the bottom line, even though we don't have any clips for today. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up out of here because I got some work to do. And you guys can already see it's 6:30, so I can't do anything right now. In New York, yes, it's 6:30 right now. I think that's right. 6:34. I'm going to get on top of this. Might even make a few calls to say, hey, what can I do to get around that for whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. And even if I got to go on another computer to figure it out. But that's just how we move and how we live to fight another day. That's how we do it. And we remain positive because guess what? I'm still here, still breathing, still gave me the energy to keep on moving forward. And problems present opportunities. So now this is the opportunity that this problem has presented to finally get this computer straight. I've been seeing people in the comments already saying, yo, what's going on with the computer? He said he was going to fix it. Yes, but you guys got to realize, just like what's happening now, if the computer isn't here for me to play the clips, we have no show. And I would have to be doing this anyway. It would be in the shop. And I don't know how many days. So I should have been more diligent in trying to do what I was thinking about doing, seeing if they can get the part. But again, it's old, so I don't want to fix an old computer. Trying to go ahead and get a newer one. So we're working on that. And we're a new show. Besides Harley, nobody really looks out over here. So everything that we get, we got to get it from our own. We don't ask for any monetary as well, because we got people in the comments that like to say grifter and whatever like that. So I get it on my own over here. And so some things may take a little longer, but I keep it moving, right? I don't like asking people for anything. I've never been that type of person. I like to work. I'm the type of person that likes to bang the nail. That's why you always hear me say stuff like, we got coffee in the kitchen, just get the lights up, because it's real out there and I know what's going on. Never got anything for free over here, you guys. Everybody else, oh, PPE, let's do this, let's do that. Me, I learned early, you're going to get caught and you're going to get in trouble. So I was never good at doing bad. I realized that a long time ago. So I just started being good and then telling the truth. People don't understand that. People don't like you when you tell the truth because you're just being straight up or whatever like that. But I champion telling the truth. First of all, what you gonna do, beat me up? I can fight real good. That's number one. Number two, I'm not good at it. At telling stories, as far as lies, I don't even like saying the word lies. I don't even like it. Because now you gotta make up another one to back it up. Or you gotta bring more people into the mix. Yo, say this or whatever. When I call you, whatever, y'all can't take it. Y'all can't take it. You just can't take it. Take that castor oil the way it is. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. That's it. And guess what? So much easier to live like that. I promise you. You should try it. Y'all should try it. Just be yourself and stop worrying about what other people say. Fortune is coming your way. I can feel it. Be you, friend. You are awesome. Noah says you dope. When you come into DC as soon as possible. Thank you. Jim O'Hara says, what is the channel about? He seems to just be rambling. Jim O'Hara, my show, our show. It's not the channel, it's our show. It's called Our Bottom Line. Normally we play clips. The clips are very informative. They start in a range from politics, what's going on now as far as, what my teacher used to call it? Come on now, you know this. Not hot topics. Oh my God, I'm tripping right now. Ain't like I ain't got the time to figure it out. What did she used to say it was? So it's politics, what's going on now. I'm not even supposed to be saying what's going on now. It's, damn, what did we used to call it back in school? Anyway, we do that. We do anything that's has to do with a lot of immigration. We cover immigration. We cover what the countries, where we're at right now with tariffs. Cover a lot on the show. We have a lot of short stories that don't get coverage. We do, it's a lot. Check us out tomorrow. I promise you, we're going to be together by tomorrow. Don't worry about it. And I know that we are because I'm confident in that and I'm not stressed out. Nope, just going to keep on moving and doing what I got to do. Had a few phone calls asking me, hey, you ready for the computer? Didn't want to deal with it, but I'm going to do that. And the guys that's giving me the love, I really appreciate you guys. The ones that are saying that, seems like you got a pretty good rapport and a good show. This is me. I don't play around. I don't fake the funk or whatever like that. I'm really this type of person. I was told by my nephew probably 10 years ago that I should make a show. And I always say, bottom line. When I'm talking to people, I always say, yo, it's like this, it's like that, bottom line. I always say that. So I'm like, maybe I should make a show called The Bottom Line. But I had to change it because there's a show on, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. There's a show on Fox called The Bottom Line. So I had to change mine up to Our Bottom Line, but it fits us because the show goes an hour plus. So I did the H plus OUR So the H is there for the representation of the hour, and OUR is us. You get it? That's what the logo means. That's hour right there, right? Can't see it right now because the computer's tripping, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And then line, that's it. Got the line with the tremble in it because it's a line like a heartbeat, things happening, and then it goes out. So that's what the logo explains. And that's just basically why I made this show. Also, I keep on telling you guys I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, and I'm not an independent. It took me a long time to get to where I am right now. Because when you go through the fire and you go through different trials and tribulations and seeing how different parties are, just like you get the chance to pick one of those parties, you can choose not to pick one of those parties. That's kind of what people thought independent was, but I don't even look at independent as being that. I like to look at it as being a human being. I wish I can just go pick like this. And the sad part is that's what we wind up doing. It's not like we really have choices when it comes down to politics. And you guys get mad at me when I'm reporting it. I say something like, Trump says Harvard has to blah, blah, blah. I'll look in the comments and they'll be like, oh, he's a Trump supporter, whatever. Like, why? Because I'm reading the title. It just goes to show how many people do not actually like Trump. That's all I could say. It really just shows me that. And how many people will go absolutely loco on people that do. And that's why, another reason why I don't want to be a part of that right there. And I don't agree with everything that President Trump does. I don't. I told you guys before, I didn't agree with a lot of things that my own mother did. I don't agree with a lot of things that a doctor might do, because no one is 100%, and I don't know anybody that you've always agreed with. Let's look at it like real life. You always agree with people? Everything that they say? No, right? So some things you might agree with this person, some you might agree with this person, right? So that's me. That's how I look at it. I agree with that. That's my way of always being humane, like humanity, giving people their respect and their regard as a human being, besides whatever party they're a part of. That's how I look at it, you know? I don't know how you guys think about that, right? What else we got? What we got in this chat over here? Lisa says, why didn't they think before they voted? I'm constitutional, says KL. Matthew Edwards says, you talk a lot, but you say nothing. So why you here, Matthew? Let me help you leave. Bang! Out of here. You can leave. All right, now what we got? Kendra says, so here at the bottom line, we talk about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this. That's another thing I noticed. When I see the comments, people say, oh, I missed the beginning. That's the best part. Y'all really like that part? I'll just be doing that to try to warm the show up and let people come in. But I noticed that people liked it. So guess what I thought about? I thought about making it a song, like a whole song. Like, I got to find a way to come in with the intro. That's right. And then like, I'm going to take away the 2025 so it can always be relevant. And then be like, I'm your Bugatti NYC and this here's our where we be talking about. So I'm thinking about doing a song like that. And y'all know I rap, so I was thinking about that. I might actually do that. And finally, I got to tell you guys something. This is hilarious. I got to tell you guys this. YouTube has finally stopped blocking Bugatti. They let me use my music now. Every time I do the spotlight, I'll play a song, probably one of my songs, Pressure, or I might play Old Lang Syne, or I might play Paranoid, right? Every time I go to the back office to try to check it out, it says copyright from Bugatti NYC. I'm like, I am Bugatti NYC. Sad part about that is this: it holds up your plays because they don't promote it while it's being held there, and then the money goes in escrow. So I only get like a little bit of views on those videos. So that's one thing that's not cool about. They be on some, yeah. The ones that run this, for real. You know what they be doing? Yo, they be doing some crazy stuff. How you gonna block Bugatti from playing his own music? Like, what's up with that? Y'all, can y'all believe that? It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And the sad part is this. This is where you lose money at. Once they hold it, they don't promote it. They don't let it go out. They don't put it nowhere until it's straightened out. And then after that, it doesn't have any traction or anything in the algorithm, so it just sits there dead. My pressured video got stuck like that. It literally was like, oh, it's on hold because you're using somebody else's music. Like, what's up with that? I think I need to have a conversation with y'all. Like, yo, really realize what's going on here. I mean, you're already monitoring the channel, which is fantastic, because even though this happened, we still the #1 show at this hour. This is just one day. We are so much in the algorithm, it's not even a joke. There is no one more accurate than me. I don't care what nobody say. 6 o'clock every day, bang, hitting that button, doing this, going live. Think about that. Every day, 6 o'clock. They start looking at you like you're a robot. Start going into the algorithm like crazy. And that's what happens. And that's with anything that you do. That's why I keep on telling you guys, it don't matter what you do. If you keep on being persistent and keep on pushing, they can't stop you. Like people in the comments trying to hate, whatever like that, whatever, get out of my way. Got too much love from the other people. And I want to give too much of what I plan on doing. Look here, man. We're gonna be saving some animals. We're gonna be looking out for some people. We're gonna do a lot. That's what we're gonna do. That's what I am gonna do. That's what I'm focused on doing. Because older people, you can't do so much with older people. Children, you got a better chance. Animals and dogs and animals, you're good with that. All that other stuff is just too much work. What y'all got for me in these comments? Be positive. Today's guys, Jesus is our Lord and Savior. It's going to be, I want to say that. It's going to be a good day. That's right. Who said that? ADGDFW, you're right about that. Thank you so much. Kendra Walker says, yes, sir. I should. A verse. Let's collaborate. Yeah, let's do it. Whatever. Let's go. I don't care. Let's go. Whatever y'all want to do, let's collaborate. But guess what? I have too many seeds planted, too much water, too much invested to worry about small things, to worry about negativity. I walk on a higher plane and I don't worry about nonsense, and I keep myself that way. I'm telling you guys, all you got to do is want better for yourself and keep pushing and stop listening to people because they don't want to see you get anywhere. And if they don't know how to get somewhere, they don't know how to tell you anything positive. Get around people that's actually doing it or trying to get somewhere better, even if they're not all the way there. That's going to be like some new plants that's growing, and you guys can feed off of each other and stop being so negative all the time. Make yourself happy for no reason. And smile. That's right. It ain't always easy to do this. You think it's easy for me to smile right now, knowing that this computer's acting up? No. But guess what? I'm going to push through it and get it rocking. I got a Mac and I got 2 more. Matter of fact, you know what? This is one day I'm going to keep it real funky with y'all. Because this happened, we're going to take a little walk. Stay right there. We're going to take a little walk. A lot of people have been asking questions. Boogotti, you say you got a green screen. You say you're going to do this. You say you're going to do that. Let me tell you something. You can't do everything. I need some help. So yes, we have a whole production in the other room. This one just went down. Let's say, for instance, I had a situation where I could have my green screen up and I'm showing all of the clips that way. So I don't have to rely on a television. What do you mean, Boogotti? Let me show you. We're going to take a walk. We're going to do something that no one does. No one normally does. Taking the mic out, putting it back in. All right, you guys. Now I'm going to cover my location here now. But I will take you. Give me a second. You're walking with me. I don't need you to see all this other stuff here. So when people ask about the production, we actually have it. We got the lights, we got the cameras, we got it all set up in here. You see that? Let me show you what I could be doing. This is how it could be. Me sitting over in this chair. I just got all this. You see what's going on here. You see. You know, we got the lights, we got the whole green screen. This rolls out on the floor, so the whole green screen comes out. Got other Macs up in here. You know, I use this one to record with. So I said that I might bring this one in the room to, you know, to use for tomorrow, worst case scenario. So your boy, I don't be lying. I don't got no time to be lying to y'all. I have no time to be playing games with y'all people. I just need a little bit of help because I cannot do everything. People automatically assume, yo, Bugatti, you Bugatti, so why you can't do this? Why you can't do that? Because no man can do 75 things. So yes, I need help in the regards of setting up the camera, whoever can help me do green screen. And now we're not making any excuses because we're getting a little bit of super chats. We're getting some help over here. I have no problem, paying people to help us out over here and, get things done. Don't have a huge budget, but I can't lie to you guys and say that we're not making some money that I wouldn't mind giving you. I don't mind giving you all the money that Harley give us. You feel me? That's the only one that looks, but I have no problem doing that. So I want you guys to see what's going on here. Your boy is not a game. It's not a joke. Just need a little bit of time to get things in order the way that they should be. Hopefully you guys saw that and you get an understanding of where we could be moving forward and where we're going. Another thing I gotta tell you guys is think about this. Our show is 6 o'clock in the morning. Who gonna pop up here at 6 o'clock every morning and do that? You gotta have some money to pay people, right? Or we gotta learn how to rock the green screen. Gotta go over there, run over there, sit down. Or I wonder if it's got the right background going. Find a way to make the clips play. So, and I'm not making any excuses because that's the next level. That's the next level, guys. Once we get over there, I'm gonna be good. What do you guys think about the green screen area? And guess what? That's a man's living room. Instead of putting the couch, that's my dedication. Hell with couches and stuff like that. I put all that in there. What y'all got for me in these comments? Okay, were those bars of gold over there? Yes, that was the big drip. 420 said hi. What else y'all got? George Floyd got them worms crawling through his eyes, and oh my God, you out of here! Bum, out of here! You can't be talking like that over here. Chad C, it's coming together. Where is Gotti's Optimus? What else we got? We got Christina with the claps. We got Manny says, where those bars that go? Yeah, that was a promo I'm doing. What's your thoughts on New York City mayor race? I think that Cuomo is going to take it, and I want him to. But the thing about that is, if Cuomo comes in, and don't think I like Trump. If Cuomo comes in, he may stop a lot of the things that's going on with Adams, and he may stop the ICE being on Rikers, and I don't like that. I want them on Rikers. I'm for law and order. I don't want people to be getting knocked in the head and hurt out here. I done been through that when I was a kid. I done seen all that, been through all of that, and I'm not cool with it. Ignorance is people telling you, oh, you're a snitch. Why you don't this and that? Why you not with it? That's ignorance. And anybody that's around you telling you stuff like that, get away from them immediately. Immediately. Don't be around people that's trying to give you negative things to do, because at some point they're going to do those negative things to you. Don't be around people trying to give you negative things to do, because at some point they're going to do those negative things to you. My mom's taught me that a long time ago. And you got to choose your friends very wisely. What else you got for me in these comments? Says the proof is in the pudding. Johnny P, how much rent in New York City for an apartment like yours? Oh my God. And that's the funny thing about it. They said I don't work. How the hell would I be able to? Anyway, that just shows you how people get down. Rent in a New York City apartment. I have a three bedroom. How much y'all think it is? Trust me, it's pretty decent. About 3,500 plus. About 3,500 plus. But yeah, and it's not worth it. That's why a person like me, I'll tell y'all a couple more secrets. I don't believe in furniture. Nope. For what? Not in no apartment. I get my furniture, it's gonna be for a house. You feel me? For a house. Real talk. People in New York suffer to act like they're doing okay. If you have a car in New York, you got to be making some serious money because of the congestive pricing, because of the gas, and because of the maintenance and upkeep. Where you gonna put it, in the parking lot? Yeah, a nice car. You got a nice car, right? You got to put it in the parking lot, right? So you got the nice car, plus you got it in the parking lot, right? Forget about it. On top of with the rent, they're fronting, man. Don't let these people be out here acting like they're doing their thing in this city. Oh no, we are good actors. Let me tell you something. The Academy Award goes to BOOGOTTINYC for acting like he all right when his computer's broke in the back of him. I'm telling you, that's nothing to us. Like Frank Sinatra said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I'm serious. No bulls. And another thing about it, because of the city and because what we have to offer to us, the natives don't look at it and respect it as much. Like, you think I've been to the Statue of Liberty? Somebody got to really tell me, oh, let's go to the Empire State Building. For what? You always there, so why would you want to go down there? And then you got to walk behind the people that's like this. Oh my God, look at this building. Look at this building. When you in New York and you be behind them like, man, if you don't get the hell out of my way, I got to get to work. Stop playing with me, man, for real. We just fast action. We move, we talk with our hands. We say stuff like coffee instead of coffee. I know, little stuff like that, I know, yeah. And because of where we're from, we're very fast. Because if you don't move fast, somebody gonna take that spot. It's like when you get on the train for a sleep, man, if you don't get over there quick and put your butt down, somebody gonna take it. But I wouldn't advise you to sit down on the train in New York no more. You better stand up. And you need to be like this. And to all the people that say I'm fear-mongering, I'm not. I just need you guys to be on point and be safe. Because I do it. When I'm down there, what? I'll be down there like this. Put your back to the wall. Back in the day, people used to just be walking all around. Now you go to the train station with your phone, people be having their back to the wall like this, scared to death. Scared because they know something might happen. Yeah. What y'all got? Diddy is looking professional. Oh boy, let's get him out of here. Y'all guys just don't have nothing else. When you come up with some better lines, bruh, come up with some better lines, man. Christina says, we feel the same here in the Smoky Mountains. It's just bare people. Keep moving. 2 more likes to 80. Smash that like button. You mean to tell me you guys are actually liking this video? Y'all like what's going on here? You mean, don't do that. Don't tell me I don't even got to really show no clips for you guys to like the video now. No, let me stop. It's really not actually a good situation because we're not getting our numbers that I know we should be getting. Yeah, it's only 157 people in the building. These numbers are going to be low. Who's that, John? Still working on that for you. All right, John, I see you. That's John Giovanni right there. He's working on the Discord. I have to put a new link up because the Discord link is not working. I just found out that you have to keep on putting the link up because it runs out. How is that? Like, why? Like, and I don't know nothing about no Discord. Y'all don't want that Discord, do you? I'm going to ask right now. The people that's really here, people been telling me to do the Discord, and some people are like, really not. I want to know, do you guys want a Discord for our bottom line? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I put that thing up like last week. There's like 6 people in there. And then there's some real people that's championing, no, do it. It's going to be 50,000 subscribers by this amount of time. Blah, 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 blah. Man, it's another, you got to realize if you're already doing 1,000 things, that 1,001 thing has to be important. It has to be important for you to want to do it. So let me know if you guys really want to do some Discord. We have a Discord. It's already up. It's supposed to be an area where you guys can do this at. The same thing, just run comments and stuff like that. I want to know if you already have a Discord, if you're part of a Discord, and if you want us to have a Discord. I just want to know because it's more work for us. And if y'all don't want it, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be honest with you. Who going to check me, boo? I find Discord annoying. Okay. Guess it could hurt if you think about it, says Manny. I don't do Discord. See what I'm saying? It's about being real. Computer may be down, but you're still here putting in work. Thank you. Who's going to check me, boo? Oh my God, you did that again. I'm going to get you out of here if you keep on playing. I want to be serious right now. New York City is a beast of a city. It's not for the weak. It's definitely not. Hello from the UK. Let me tell you one thing that might happen this morning, though. I might actually get some money. How about that? Let's be real about it. I'm going to go there. We don't make no money on this page. And I don't even mind saying it because you got to put it out there sometime. We make no dough on this channel. If it wasn't for Harley, we would be broke as a joke and trying to find something to smoke. As far as the channel goes, number one. Number two, I think it's because of the clips. we play a lot of other people's stuff or whatever, and I'm using other people's content. So okay, I get that. I'm okay with that, right? So we don't make too much money over here. Whatever we get is from my personal earnings, from my personal business, and whatever Harley has been looking out for recently. I gotta call y'all out on that one, because guess what? Harley just started coming here. A lot of you guys been here for a long time, long time. But what I do want to say is the people that are members, I noticed that the memberships are going up. So that I do appreciate. That means that you guys are willing to spend $2 or $3 a month to support the channel. And that right there is a big deal to me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because if you think about the power of numbers, it's cool. Number one, right? Number two, that makes me want to perform. It makes me like, yo, you got to get out there and give them something for what they doing. Like, they're looking out for you, so you got to be able to give them a good show for the money that they're giving you. So that's why I put in what I put in. Why I wear a suit. Why I'm so on point when it comes down to the clips and things like that. I don't want my show to be like everyone else's. I see them slacking. I see them with little stuff in the edge of their mouth. Nah, if y'all gonna have to catch me with the squinting and all of that. I'll be trying to be on the side like this so y'all don't see me, all that. But hey, nobody's perfect. But you have to have showmanship, and you got to give the people the best that you can. And what I found about YouTube is you got to be yourself. You have to, because there's too many people on here, and none of these people even have to know you. But for some reason, they can figure you out. They can really figure you out, boy. After a couple of months, they be like, yo, this one is, you know what I'm saying? And they'll just call you out and they'll know it. So that's why it's like, yo, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give them who I am. The ones that like me, they're gonna like me. The ones that don't, they don't. That's the way you're supposed to be in a relationship. You're not supposed to be doing all sorts of stuff that's outside of the means and alliance of what you do. You're supposed to be the person that you are, because we say when a person falls in love with you, they're actually fall in love with the real representation of who you are. Not that person that, how come, y'all ever notice this? Everybody says it. How come after 3 months, everything changes? Yeah, you know why? Because that person was juggling, using his foot to keep the ball in the air, doing all of that stuff just to appease and keep the facade going. Facade, perfect word, reminds me of Vegas. I've been to Vegas over 27 times. Not bragging. I work for companies like Academics, Mecca, Fat Farm, and we had to go to Vegas every year and every 2 times for the Magic Convention, right? So the first time I went to Vegas, oh my God, look at this. Second time, oh yeah, shit is, yeah, like. Third time, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fourth time, yo, fifth time, sixth time, let me walk up to this building. Man, this is the same fiberglass they use for making cars. You mean to tell me all of this stuff is fake? By the 27th time, excuse me, yeah, my room key, please. Yeah, room service. Ain't thinking about going downstairs, dealing with no gambling, nothing like that. Why? Because you get used to stuff. And when it becomes redundant to you, it's just like, no. But the real point I say about that is the facade part. Facade. You can only fake it for a certain amount of time. And that's the bottom line. Who we got a tip from over here? We got a $49 tip from Merrick. Merrick. Are you serious right now? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's that? It says, showing support from North Carolina. And we appreciate that support. We're gonna use all of the support that we're getting right now to get this computer straight. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this computer straight, and we're gonna solve this situation here. The good thing about it is there's something that I can do. I can sit this computer next to another one, and it'll just take all the information off. And from that, I'll just be able to, I'm gonna just be honest, I'm still gonna fix this computer because there's something about Macs that I love. You see, I got 3 in there, right? All of them, well, 2 of them work. One I use for my music. I just bring it in here, and I have a booth. I ain't show y'all the booth. I got a booth, a recording booth in the closet over there. I didn't show you that, but I got that too. So it's just something about people that really love Macs. We try to save them as much as possible. So I already know that the only thing that this Mac needs is another digital card to make this screen work, because it's still working. It's just that the screen down here don't work. And then once I get that going, I'm good. And then I'm gonna keep it, of course, because it's a 27-inch. Probably wipe it and only use it for our bottom line. How about that? That's a strategy that I'm thinking about. Have it to the side, and when I'm working, only use that computer for our bottom line. And then the one that we get, I just use it for backgrounds and things like that, or whatever we're doing on thumbnails and things of that nature. Don't think that I don't appreciate you guys, and I don't notice all of the love that we get over here. That's the reason I keep doing this. So when I talk about money and I say, you guys don't tip or whatever like that, I don't mean it in a bad way. I do realize what's going on out there. And I want to be the one that's looking out for you, believe it or not. I really do want to do that. I want to make sure that I'm looking out for you guys, because once you get to a certain point here, there's people that are not doing this well, that I would really like to help out, because that's my thing. I like to help people. Let me see what time we're working on right now. We actually did an hour of me rambling and talking. Can you believe that? If we go about 15, 20 more minutes, we actually have a show. So let's just do that, right? Because I actually have some more topics that I want to go over. Also want to see what you guys in the comments have to say, because there's some good information that I get from you guys. What else we got? How long have you been doing this channel for? I just found it not too long ago. We are on our 209th episode. So that means 209 episodes of getting it right and about 50 of trying to figure it out. Because at first I was doing like one clip, and then I saw some response. I was like, wait a minute, do they like that? Then I did a 4 clip, and then I started seeing a response. I said, okay, let's do and I had a little a raffle going on, a little trivia going on. I wanted to ask you guys, how many videos are in a clip most of the time? Do you guys pay attention to that, or do you just watch the clips? Because I had something going on with, if you can tell me how many videos are in the clip, I was going to give you a free t-shirt, a free sweatshirt, because that's something that's a cool trivia. So how many clips does Bugatti play normally? Let me know that, and you might win a free t-shirt. Also, we've got some new merch that's about to be made, and this merch is going to be going specifically to members who's been here for longer than, we're going to do 3 months. And let me tell you why I'm going to do that, or 4 months. I know how much you guys pay for membership. I look at the cost of a t-shirt. I think that they should get a t-shirt. Is that fair? That's how I look at it. And any other merch that comes along, I try to give it to the guys that are actually members. That's what members are supposed to get. They're supposed to get something. They're supposed to have something for being here. I'm supposed to perform my butt off, for real. And you guys are supposed to get something. I'm not like them other people getting all that stuff and, oh, look what I got. I don't like that. I like giving back to my people, because it's like, hey, he keeps his word. We got a part of it. We got some part of it. And it makes me feel like a one-on-one with you guys too. And you can't get that back. You can't get that again. When somebody sends you something, that's a cool thing. I like to put my personal touch on certain things. What we got here? If there is a heaven and you're MAGA, you're not going. I noticed that too. When it's something that you don't understand, I always scratch my head. It's like you scratching your brain trying to find the answer. I don't know what that meant. If there's a heaven and you're MAGA, you're not going? I don't know what you mean by that. So anyway, we're not worried about that. We're not even going to pay attention to that right now, but good try. And again, we want to thank this person here so much for the IMAX support fund for $49. That's from Merrick 336, showing support from North Carolina. I want you guys to go ahead and show mad love to Merrick from North Carolina. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. But you guys, y'all should help me out and try to get some better names, man. I want to be able to pronounce them. You know what I'm saying? Some of the names I'll be like, it just be so hard. So if y'all could teach me how to say it, that'll be even better. But again, we still appreciate you for all the love, and we're going to definitely put that towards the fund. Right now, let me see what we're going to do, because I don't want to just have you guys here just wasting your time for the fact that, that you're here, because I know your time is important. So yeah, we're going to wind it up at this point. And I do want to tell you guys that I appreciate you, the ones that do support the channel, that's here no matter what. Kendra, I see you. You know, Batty, I see you up in here. Yes, it's not the same sort of show that we normally have. Over here, I got like 10% where it's like, I'm feeling so bad that I don't even want to, do something. But I just got to keep on moving forward because I have to be a representation of what I say. I always tell you guys problems present opportunities. I always tell you guys to keep on moving. Right. And this is not a big problem. Somebody will mess around and tweet me and be like, yo, all you got to do is do blah, blah, blah. Why you ain't do the boom, boom, boom and press this button and that button? And the whole thing would have came back on. I don't know because I didn't know that function. But you know what? Sometimes you got to talk to people. Hey, I'm having this problem. Sometimes you don't tell people what's going on. They can't help you. You got 1,000 people out there that love you. Why don't you tell them what's going on? They might be willing to tell you something. So that's why I'm the way that I am. And I leave it all on the field. I'm sweating bullets under this shirt. Whatever I do, I try to put my all into it. I don't play around with it. And the best thing that I found about doing this all together is, don't lie, tell the truth. Don't make no sense to be up in here lying. Okay, what else y'all got? Smokey says, when Meta World Peace becomes a preacher. Tim Hart says, you can try resetting the screen. It won't let me. You know what I think it might be? I got to get I have another keyboard. Because maybe it's the Bluetooth keyboard that's not letting me do the commands that I need to do. So maybe if I use the other keyboard. But you know what I'm not going to keep on doing? I'm not going to try to keep on remedying this. Time to get it right. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is and do what we got to do. Gonna make the phone call at about 9 o'clock, call down to 34th Street, see what they recommend. I know they're going to tell me, bring the computer in. I don't need to. Some of us know what's going on with our stuff. Let's diagnose it. So they can say, hey, if this ain't work, no. Can you just fix that screen thing for me? Or we're going to have to order. It might take 3 days. Whatever. That MacBook that y'all see in there, all I got to do, take this down, put the MacBook right there, USB in the side, both of them will play. Only thing that I didn't like is the MacBook screen is going to be smaller. I could do the whole show off the MacBook, and that's it. And worst come to worst, we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So guess what? No matter what, I'm going to make it work, and we're going to do what we have to do. The same way people in the comments like, yo, he ain't have a show, but he still stood there and did what he had to do. That's one thing about me. I own my shh. If I make a mistake, yeah, I did it. If I have to get the watch your head, I know that I did it for a reason. I know that I tried my best, and I know that I'm just going to deal with what I got to deal with. Leave it all on the field, y'all. Leave it all on the stage. Leave it all into your work. Nobody can take that away from you. Everybody used to say, oh, you're not going to be able to rap. I was garbage in the beginning. I ain't even going to lie. Man, I used to rap so terrible. I used to be like, ooh, oh my God. But then I just kept on going. Now your boy is fire. Your head's too big. Your head's too big. You're not going to, next thing you know, hey, you kind of handsome. Oh yeah, much like big-headed people, huh? And then the body filled out. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, I had to make sure the body filled out to make it 50 to fit the Home Alone, to fit the Dome Alone. Because you can't just have a little small body balancing this up here. You be all types of wobbling. That's why I said when y'all try to come with the big head jokes, y'all better be very creative. Because I'm really strong when it comes down to jokes. That's why the trolls don't bother me. And guess what, y'all? The trolls actually help. Yes, believe it or not, the trolls that say all that crazy stuff in there, they're still commenting. So YouTube sees it as another comment. Oh, you got a lot of comments going on. So guess what? Even the bad is good. I'm going to leave you guys with this. When I managed Snoop Dogg, yes, when I managed Snoop Dogg for, 3 months? Managing him. I was the marketing director for Snoop Dogg clothing for about a year and a half. So first started with the Snoop Dogg clothing, and then he saw what I was doing over there. He liked my work, and then I worked with him for about 3 months. Snoop Dogg. When I worked with him, he had a situation with Snoop Dogg Clothing, SDC, which is what we transferred it to. I left academics and I went on my own. I started getting my own clients. I went over to Snoop Dogg Clothing because they had a great offer. I took it. I went over to his clothing company. We had it everywhere, Macy's, all types of stores and everything like that. One day he was approached by Girls Gone Wild. If anybody remembers this, Girls Gone Wild. Before twerking, before all this crazy stuff with TikTok, before Instagram, Girls Gone Wild approached Snoop Dogg and they said to him, "We'll give you $1 million if you host one of our episodes." He was like, "Bet, I'm doing that." Okay, he went and did it. They're doing it. I don't know what's going on. I'm in New York running the clothing company, right? I'm in New York. Next thing you know, there's ladies walking into Macy's slapping down their Macy's cards. We don't want that anymore. So then the owners are like, why are you slapping down your Macy's card? Wait a minute. You guys sell Snoop Dogg clothing and we do not want to have anything to do with that. We don't want this account anymore. So people started leaving and they didn't want to have Macy's accounts because we were being sold in Macy's, the clothing line. So Macy's gave us the call. Don't want your stuff anymore? You're out of here. Snoop Dogg clothing came out of Macy's. That made you a second tier store because now you're not at the big guys anymore, right? So now you're just second tier. So now what does he do? He tells me, I'm like, yo, bro, why would you do something like that? You messed up a company that's worth like millions of dollars every month. It was making like whatever, don't want to tell you guys the number, to do something like that. He says, yo, negative press is good press. I said, what? All kinds of press matters. I said, what you mean? He said, watch how I spin this. Spun it. Next thing you know, beautiful. You want you to know you're my favorite girl. I'm like, yo, okay, what we doing? What we doing? Went over to Priority, made up the whole project, had the album put together with all of the guys that were doing the production. Pharrell. They went down to Brazil to shoot a couple of the scenes, as you guys saw in the video. Told your boy don't have to lie. I'm just cold with it. You're gonna see Snoop Dogg in a brown velour sweatsuit that says SDC that I designed. Also, he's got on a Brazil shirt with like some blue jeans. Long story short, everything that I sent got shot in the scenes. That's because I was also doing a product placement. And that album went 2 times platinum. So out of one negative thing, he used the press to push the album. And then right after that, he came into the office and was like, I want to drop my next single, but 50 Cent is killing it right now. I'm giving you guys some bangers. Y'all, nobody got this information right here. He came in the office and was like, yo, Boogotti, I want to drop my next single, but that 50 Cent shit going crazy right now. I looked at him, I said, yo, stop playing with me. This is when I had my braids. I said, Snoop, stop playing with me, bro. You Snoop Dogg, you crazy? What you mean? I said, drop that. Shh. He was like, bet. Next thing you know, boom! They did that. I don't know what you heard about me, but if you can't get a dime up out of me, no matter what, the remix of PIMP, yeah, yo, I got my now later gators on. And then, yo, that was fire. And then he comes, I'm like, yeah, so now he's like, yo, you know your stuff, boy. And ever since then, they was rocking together the whole time anyway. And that's it. History's history. So yeah, Snoop Dogg, I was the marketing director for Snoop Dogg Clothing, as well as his manager for at least about 3 months. I got some really good stories on that too. I might bring that to the spotlight about the check. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it to you since I'm here. The whole thing was shut down. I gotta give you guys some bangers. This is the story about the check. When I first started working for Snoop Dogg at Snoop Dogg Clothing Company, I asked him, is there other stuff that I can do to make money or to help you out? Because I don't like just doing one thing, meaning the marketing. I deal with companies and I deal with brands all the time. So I was out there fishing, seeing if I can get other business going. I met this person that makes alcohol. He had his own alcohol. So he said, if you get us a deal with Snoop Dogg, I'll give you blah, blah, blah. It was a big blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So he said he was gonna give me or whatever. And then he said, I'll give Snoop $100,000. I'm over here like, what you talking about? You give him $100,000. So of course I wanted to be the one to bring that deal through. So I had to fly all the way to LA, right? I'm in Anaheim because I don't know LA. He live in Long Beach. No, I'm sorry. He live in he don't live in Long Beach. He lives in oh, I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm tripping. Snoop lives in a certain part of it's a private place anyway, and they got security and all of that. So, oh, Diamond Bar. I can tell y'all. He lives in Diamond Bar, right? It don't even matter. Y'all try to go in Diamond Bar, y'all got a problem. Plus, you got to deal with the dogs anyway, so whatever. So I'm in Anaheim. And they call me like, yo, where you at? I'm like, yo, I'm in LA because I don't know the difference. They're like, yo, bro, you're like an hour and something away from where we at. I'm like, oh my God. Didn't drive. I'm from New York, so we don't drive. I get a rental, a car, no, a driver to drive me in a limo all the way to Diamond Bar, right? When I get to Diamond Bar, I get up to the house and everything like that. You got to go up this long hill. And this house is like a sunk-in house, but it's huge. You wouldn't believe that his house is this big because it's like sunk in. So he's outside playing football with the UPS man, like, you know what I'm saying, throwing the ball. It must be nice to live like this, right? I'm rolling up on him. He's like throwing a football with the UPS man. I'm like, all right, cool. I get out the car. Yo, what up, Crowley? Say what up or whatever like that. I go inside. I go and hang out in the studio part of the crib. As an extra piece of flavor, I'm gonna tell you guys, when I explained this story back in the office, they said to me, he let you go inside the house? I said, yeah. They said, he didn't make you stay in the pool by the dogs? I said, no. Every time we go, we gotta stay in the pool in the area where the dog doodle is at. I'm like, well, I guess certain people get certain respects or whatever like that. Long story short, yeah, so we're hanging out, we're throwing the ball back and forth and everything like that as far as like that goes. So he's like, yo, I'm going to the studio. The studio is called the Church House, and it's a separate place. So we got to take the car to the church house, and we get over to the church house, right? But I had to go separately because he was doing something, and I didn't have my briefcase at that time. Long story short, I get over to the church house. I have 2 bottles of alcohol and the check inside of the briefcase. I walk inside of the church. Before I get to the door, I see a piece of paper that's typed out. It says, don't come here asking for no money. I'm not paying nobody bills. I don't care if your car is broken down. If you got anything that you asking me about money, turn around right now. Signed, Snoop Dogg. That was on the paper. I'm like, whatever. I go inside, right? We sit down, and this is like the game of death. If anybody know what the game of death is, this is what I'm dealing with. He's on the top floor. First floor security, second floor security, third floor Snoop. I got to get past all of this. Even though I'm the marketing director for the clothing company, they don't care. You got to get through the security. So my thing was, I walk up to the first person. Yo, what's good, homie? How you doing? 3X sweatshirt, $50. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Good looking Bugatti. I walk up to the next level. Kenny up there. This is his exact bodyguard. Kenny, the one that actually got pow for him. Yo, Kenny, what's good? I was paying Kenny's cell phone bill. Why was I paying Kenny's cell phone bill? Because Snoop doesn't carry a cell phone. You pay the security guard that's standing next to them. You say, yo, this is a move that I did. I said, I'm gonna pay your cell phone bill from now on. Why? Because every time your phone ring and you see it's me, you're gonna give them that phone. Oh, I ain't paying your bill. That was my sentiment, and it actually worked. I get to the second. We're talking about a hustler now. Y'all better check this out. I get to the second floor. Kenny was good, little tap, whatever like that. Gave him a little something. By the time they searched the bag, they searched the briefcase. They saw they saw like my laptop in there, but they didn't get a chance to see like the bottles of liquor, right? So I get up to the third level, and by the time I get up to the third level, he's just sitting there in the chair smoking or whatever, and I'm looking at him like, and he's like, they got you, huh? I said, what you mean, man? He said, they all got you before you got up here, right? I said, how you know? He said, they always do that shit. Okay, cool. I go into the bag. I say, look, I got this liquor company that want to do business with you. It's called Gecko Tequila. I give him the 2 bottles. He takes the bottles and he's like, all right, well, what they want to do? I said, well, and then, I'm trying to show off right now. This is my chance. I go get the check. My bad, it was 75. I remember it was 75, right? I give him the check. He's like, what the hell is this? I said, yeah, they want to give you this money to be a part of their brand. He's like, yo, for real? He said, hold on a minute. He went down, he said, come on. He took the 2 bottles and he took the check. And we went downstairs to the first level. He's like, everybody come downstairs. Everybody come downstairs. I want everybody to come downstairs. So Daz is over there. You got Corrupt over there. E. White sitting right there. What's the other guy name? What's his name? With the S. Superfly was there. The female that sang Toya, she was sitting there. This is when they were working on the Snoop Dogg All Stars album. Toya could sing her butt off. She was off the chain. Dog life that way, back in the greatest. They was doing that, right? So he held up the check. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? And I'm over there like, yo, what you doing? Because it's already got beef with New York and Compton and all that. I don't want to be no part of what you're doing. So he's like, y'all see this? I just met this man 2 weeks ago. He asked me if he can get money with me. And look at what he brought. Pass this around. I'm over there like, what the fuck is he? And everybody looking at me like, they passing it around. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, now next time y'all ask me, he said, let me ask you a question. How you do this? I said, well, went to a couple of companies, reached out to them, let them know I deal with you, whatever like that. He turned around and said, you my cousin, and you don't do nothing like that. You ask me for money all the time. You've been my friend for like 20 years. You ain't never do nothing like that. What about you? I just had to help you pay. Let me tell you something. From now on, y'all better talk to him and figure it out. Because I ain't giving nobody no money no more. And now here I go over here like this. Meanwhile, everybody, I look at it like they was like this at me. Because now all of the dogs in the dog pound is mad at me, right? I'm on the side like, mother. But they didn't really get too mad at me. They looked at it like, he was just scolding them or whatever. And I got up out of there and left. That's right, I left. So that is the story about the check with Snoop Dogg. The first time I actually did business with him, which made him look at me like, yo, you know what? You might be able to do other stuff. Then he had a break in management and he was like, yo, you can do it for a while. I did it for like 3 months. It was pretty cool. And to be honest with you, you don't need to get paid when you work for Snoop Dogg if you're smart. You can get other companies to pay you. I told him, sit up and down like your dog. I don't even need no bread from you. All I need you to do is answer the phone. Because think about this. You got a company. I'm talking to you right here. You have a company, right? I walk up to you like, hey, what you got going on with your company? Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, I can get Snoop Dogg to use your stuff or blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. Sure you can. Yes, I can, for real. Hold on a minute. And of course, I'm calling Kenny's phone, right? The one that I paid the bill for. Yo, Kenny, give Snoop the phone. Yo, what's up, dog? And people on the other side like, oh, shit, that's Snoop Dogg. Like, yo, we got this company over here, potentially interested in doing some stuff with you. So I'm going to see what they got going on, and I'll get back to you. Okay, cool. And they over there like this. So what can we do? You see what I'm saying? You don't have, when you know the caliber of the person, say, hey, I got to get my money off of it because he ain't got nothing to do with paying me. They will pay you too. That was just a little hustle right there, side hustle to show you guys certain things that you do to make money on a whole nother level. And again, when I was young, people told me, you got a big head. You ain't gonna never be able to rap. You ain't gonna never do this. You ain't gonna never do that. You know what I did? I got away from every single one of those people. And look at my life now. I get to talk to you guys every day, and I could possibly make this one of the biggest shows in the world because I ain't stopping until it gets recognized. That's another thing. I'm not gonna stop until it gets recognized. Straight up and down. We're gonna get this show going no matter what, because I said so. And with that being said, y'all can go get some money, 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 money still in the description. Because I made sure that there was at least about $250 worth of surveys in the description, how I always do. You guys will make some money, I'll make some money too. Also, like I always tell you guys, send me those posters, those flyers, those inserts, whatever you guys have that you want to promote on the show. This is our show, not mine. I just hosted and I messed up today, so I got some work to do. I owe y'all like 10 bangers for this, straight up and down. And you know, this is me right here, by the way. This person that you're talking to and you're hearing from, this is the real Bugatti right here, by the way. So what I say, I mean it from my heart. I really appreciate you guys. And this is still the #1 show on YouTube from the 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock hour. Because can't nobody mess with us, especially when them clips is rolling. And y'all know it too. How do I know? Because y'all be trying to leave. Y'all go look at other stuff. Y'all be like, damn, wonder what's going on the bottom line. And you come right back. Then I have another person say, that was a phenomenal show. When they say show, that means they stayed for the whole show. I'm not bragging. That means I'm working. And that means that we getting it done. Especially for the last couple of segments. We've been very thorough with our entire sequence, and we've been closing strong. And that's what I've been about. And making sure I stay entertaining. And I ask God every day to make sure that I'm well informing. And I want to make sure that you guys have a good show and that you have a good feeling coming off of me. That's what I ask God to do every single day before I start this show. And before I start playing my I'll be good. That's right, we rock hits. Tell me how nasty we get. I play that song first, and then I play the Red Man. La 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 la. La 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 la. I play that song, him and Method Man, because that's my song right there. And they smile a lot, and it comes off that way. And Red Man and Method Man are very happy, two guys. So that's why when I come to the camera, I'm always like, because I'm happy. And if you can find ways to make yourself happy for free, why not? Real talk. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. And I promise you, and you, we're going to get it right by tomorrow, even though we had a phenomenal show. We want to show more love to the support that we got down here today. And thank you guys for always having my back no matter what. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get 'em! 1.